This is Chippy from carrypad.com at IFA at the Archos booth with the Archos 43 internet tablet. This is one of the three tablets we've been looking at from the next generation of the Archos devices. Obviously there's the 70, there's the 101. This is the smaller one that's going to actually replace the Archos 5 over time. Main changes are there's no GPS in here, like the 5 there's no 3G in here, and they haven't got the docking station, so there's no PVR capability in this like there was on the 5. What there is though is a slightly smaller screen and Android 2.2, which a lot of people have been asking for. This is actually a resistive touchscreen. It's very interesting because it's super light touch, resistive touchscreen. No multi-touch, but actually I have found it quite difficult to determine the difference between this and some of the capacitive touchscreens I've been using. With Android 2.2 you're going to have quite a fast browser experience, but it will be double click to zoom on that, and actually scrolling is really no problem, but no pinch to zoom on it. There's about 6.5 gigs worth of flash free for your storage in here, and of course one of the main features of the Archos devices is the ability to do really good video playback of multiple file formats. So if we see if we can find one here, this is probably a 720p H.264 video. 720p is about the limit for the Archos devices, but actually, to be honest, on these screens, that's actually fine. 1080p requires a lot of storage. You probably won't want to be storing 1080p files on these devices anyway. Single mono speaker there. Screen, quite nice. Not the highest contrast screen I've seen, but certainly acceptable. Glossy finish though on that one. On-screen buttons, so you haven't got buttons on the outside of the device, so you're actually losing a little bit of screen real estate when you want to navigate around with the device. But not too bad. Here's Aldico. This is the ebook reader. Let's see if we've got anything here. And of course that should, there we go. And that's pretty smooth, pretty nice, and you got the backlight adjustment. This is unique to Aldico. Backlight adjustment on the left hand side of the screen. So as a kind of mini ebook reader, this is actually quite nice as well. Let's see what we've got for other stuff that's running here. Oh, this is their photo frame application. Obviously not working too well on this one. It just scrolls photos around and not much else. Let's go back home here. So one of the important things to note is the Google application suite is not in here, so there's no Google Market, there's no Google Navigation, there's no Google Mail, there's no Contact Sync, there's none of that good stuff. There's not even Google's location service in here, so that limits it a little bit in those in that respect. But the email client is there, of course, and Archos have their, so let's say, standard suite of apps, libs, programs, and you've also got the opportunity to do side loading. So this is based on a 1 GHz TI-OMAP 3 processor, which is making it pretty snappy. Battery life, well, I'm expecting maybe only a 5 watt-hour battery in there, which is probably going to make this last for maybe 6 to 7 hours, always on at home. So the thing I think about this one is that it really is looking like a mobile pocketable device, and when you think about some of the 4-inch or even 4.3-inch smartphones you can get, it would be really nice to have 3G on this. Having said that, the price of this is extremely competitive, down in the 200 to 250 euros mark, which is about, well, let's say a third of the cost of some of the super phones out there. So if you want an Android 2.2 experience, there's some really good video capability, ebook capability, some nice browsing capabilities at home, on the sofa, in the bed. This looks like quite a nice solution. Nice design. There's HDMI out on it, micro SD card. We've also got micro USB port, which can be used for USB host, so you can actually add storage in through a USB SD card adapter or hard drive. 3.5mm headphone out, and that is pretty it. Apart from a nice feature with the Archos devices, whoops, good demo. Nice feature with the Archos devices, they actually have a stand on it, which is really good to see. Alright, this is Chippy with the Archos 43 at the Archos booth, IFA Berlin 2010. Thanks for watching.